Hi, my name is Benjamin Katz, and welcome back to another episode of the 48 State Ice Cream Review, where today I'm at Love Boat Ice Cream in Fort Myers, Florida, trying the two flavors, key lime pie and eggnog. Let's get started with the key lime pie. They have verified that they do in fact get their key lime juice from the Florida Keys, so that is an extra added bit of authenticity. We're getting those slightly sour, subtle citrus notes that come from a good key lime. The graham cracker crust is interspersed in a way that allows for proper chunks to be bitten into, like you're consuming a real pie. And of course the dairy of it all is rounding it all out to give you a nice creamy aftertaste. This is a very pleasant flavor. Very good for a day like today, where even though we're about to hit December, it is 80 degrees outside and it was a lovely sunny day. Not to mention the fact that this is a very smooth ice cream. It is certainly homemade. I saw the containers they were using, the smaller size containers that are indicative of a more small batch homemade style. But the ice crystals are very imperceptibly small. It's a very smooth and creamy ice cream. I'm seeing no issues with the texture. Now let's move on to the eggnog. This is a more seasonal flavor, so it'll come and go. I'm guessing this is just for the holiday season, and then it'll switch to the next thing in January, February. Whether it's the standard eggnog drink or an eggnog ice cream, I really want eggnog to coat my entire mouth with this rich, creamy feeling. And while this eggnog flavor is doing an okay job at that, and it certainly does taste like eggnog, it has all the right spices, it has that little kick that you would expect from eggnog, it's just not as powerful as I would like from an eggnog flavor. And it tastes just a little bit watered down. It's still delicious, but it's not the extreme eggnog that I aim for and prefer. Alright, let's try these two flavors together, see what happens. I think one of the reasons eggnog works so well is because the high alcohol content sort of cuts through the rich creaminess and the savory parts of the egg. The acidity of the key lime pie does not achieve the same result. In fact, making it taste more like a soured egg than anything else. I think this may be a poor combination of flavors, regardless of how good the two are individually. I will be shying away from combining them again the rest of this bowl. Now I know I've discussed the inconsistencies in sizing practices that most ice cream places, have, but this place felt especially egregious to me because what I got was a quote kid's size. 2 large scoops of ice cream for $6.50. Most ice cream shops would call this a medium or a small if they're being, friendly about it. But this is called a kid's size. And the $5 option for 1 scoop was called a snack. They're serving fairly large scoops. And while I'm never going to complain about the size of ice cream, I do have to note that it's important to me that an ice cream shop is properly conveying their sizing strategy. I don't think this is, the right size of ice cream for a kid. This is the right size of ice cream for a hungry adult. Admittedly, they do put the amount of scoops that they're going to be serving on the menu next to the sizing. So when I ordered the kids, I knew I would be getting 2 scoops. But still, it feels a bit strange to order a kid-sized scoop of ice cream and get this. And not to mention the fact that when you got up to a large size, for $11, you're getting 6 scoops of ice cream. I don't know what world that would be considered a large. In most places I go to, a large is 3 scoops. And again, I'm not mad about how much ice cream they're serving. This is a great portion. $6.50 I think is more than fair for this amount of ice cream. But consumer sentiment, I think, needs to be tempered a little bit from the start. And when the sizing options are named so askew from the typical sizing conventions of ice cream, a consumer who's not familiar with this shop may get a bit confused, like I personally did. But please don't let that detract from the fact that I think this ice cream is delicious, a very good value, and overall, some high quality flavors are being served here. And so that brings us to our closing thoughts. Love Boat Ice Cream is offering a large variety of unique and delicious flavors with the texture and flavor profile that one would expect of a larger ice cream chain. But the fact they're making it all in-house, homemade, is admirable, and I quite appreciate the fact that they're able to make such a high-quality product with the level of products they're making. Their pricing is pretty good, $6.50 for kid size, was 2 large scoops of ice cream, and sort of a smaller community feel, even though we are in a larger mall shopping complex. It does seem to have a place, as this is a frequented area where there is a bit of walkability within the mall itself. Like with the previous ice cream shop I went to, I'm only here because I need to charge my car and there are EV chargers right nearby. But I think I would come back here. This is some very good ice cream that honestly deserves to be put in the spotlight. It's homemade, it's fresh, with some interesting flavors, and frankly speaking, it's just some delicious ice cream at a good price. If you like this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing, or go to 5filtermarketing.com for more on the journey. Thank you.